Hi you guys, Adrienne here again, and today I am so excited to be able to have a special guest, one that you guys have seen on her YouTube videos and you've seen on Facebook as well, and also on the Isagenix Challenge videos if you've watched those as well. So this is my Christmas present to you. I know I had talked about that I'd have Jill be on, and here she is. And so I'm really excited to be able to introduce Jill Birth, so yay!
Hello everyone! I'm so happy that Adrienne invited me to share this Christmas present with you, and so thank you.
You're welcome, yeah. So I'm going to do a brief interview with a lot of the questions that have been asked based on Jill's video, and so it's such a treat that you're here and that you're doing this for them so they can really get their questions answered, so I appreciate that, and I know that they do too. So one of the first questions was, and I know that you kind of do allude to this on your video, but how long did you really struggle with your weight?
Oh, I started my first diet in 3rd grade, so I've struggled my entire life. Like I never even went to any like boys' choice dances in high school or anything, just because I was the fat one in high school. So I struggled my entire life.
So then you tried quite a few diets.
Yeah, I tried everything. I started out with Weight Watchers. That's all they had back then, and then I've done Nutrisystem, Jenny Craig, Diet Center. I even tried HCG for a little bit right before I started Isagenix. So yeah, I've tried them all.
Oh my gosh.
I even tried like crazy ones like the cabbage soup diet and just weird ones like that. Anything that anyone thought that they lost weight on, that I tried. So
okay. Oh my gosh. So pretty much everything. That's what she did. She tried everything. So whatever you just heard just now, you probably tried it too. There's a couple of those I did try, the cabbage soup and things like that I thought would be fun to try. So what was different? How did you find Isagenix actually? Who introduced you to Isagenix?
Well, I had a patient that came into my office and she went from this to this really quick. And so I was like, okay, I want it now. I don't care what is in it. I wasn't one of those people that mattered, that it didn't matter to me that it was healthy and all that. I just wanted it now, just because I was desperate,
Right.
And since I had just tried out for The Biggest Loser and I didn't get on the show, then I knew that I needed to try Isagenix and again and just give it all that I had. So
yeah, absolutely. Oh my goodness. Yeah, so what was different about Isagenix then? Because you tried all those different things. I mean, even HCG is a huge thing right now too, and a lot of people say that they go from this to this to HCG, but what made Isagenix so powerful, so different for you?
Well, I know that one of my good friends is a nutritionist, and I watched her just, she had a lot of patients that went from this to this really quick too, but it was in a healthy way with Isagenix, and so it was all in cleansing. Cleansing is the missing link to the weight loss puzzle, and so I'm glad that I finally found that out. And if I would have known that cleansing was the missing link clear back in 3rd grade, I wouldn't have struggled my entire life. So I'm thankful that we know, about it now, because like the other day, no, it was just yesterday, my little boy is in 1st grade, and he came home and he was on the treadmill. He was on and off the treadmill all afternoon. And I was like, okay, what's going on?
Right.
And so I finally was like, hey, what's happening? And he turned off the treadmill and he came to me crying because he had some kids at school tell him that he is fat.
Oh.
And so I thought, oh my heck, this is my story. He's a little mini me. And I need to stop that right now. So he's like, Mom, what can I do? I'm like, well, we eat healthy anyway, but I'm like, let's exercise together because I don't want to put him on a diet,
right.
So I'm like, okay, well, I'll give you some cleanse juice at night, and we're just going to make it fun. But I'm just so glad that I know that for him, right. About cleansing and stuff now, so he won't have to struggle with it his entire life.
Yeah, it's so true. I mean, children is one of the biggest reasons that I love being in this industry and being a part of being able to teach everybody, because it doesn't just start now. It starts when you're younger, prevention and really wanting to take control of your health, and it really does. But even my 6-year-old twins too, I have to also guide them and try to give them the right foods. And the nice thing about being an Isagenix is that it makes things so simple. So what was so different about Isagenix? I mean, there's lots of cleanses on the market, and cleansing, obviously is not a new concept, but it is, it's important, and so everyone needs to cleanse their bodies, and we kind of know that the toxic environment they're living in these days. But really, what do you think it was just the, I mean, cleansing, yes, but do you think it was like the way that you used the products? Was there a specific way? I guess what I'm saying is, was there a specific way that you took the Isagenix kit? Like, which kit did you purchase? Tell me about the progress.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I had tried Isagenix before, back in the day when all they had was the 9-day system. And I love food so much.
Yeah.
That I'm so addicted to food that the full cleanse days, it was just hard for me to stick to them right away.
Right.
So what made it different this time, that I knew that I could do it a different way and still be able to stick to it with my food addiction.
Okay.
And also I did a 12-step program along with it.
Oh, wow.
And I used God to help me. Like the Lord was my best friend during this whole, challenge and losing my weight. So I started out purchasing a 30-day.
Yeah.
And I used, so what I did was I got up in the morning, I took my Isagenix with my accelerator pill, and then I exercised. And then after that, after I exercised, I had my shake, and then I would eat, my 400 to 600 calories throughout the day, and then, and your wafer snacks, you guys, they burn the fat in your body.
The Isa snacks.
The Isa snacks, you gotta have those. So on your shake days, have 1 or 2 in the mid-morning, 1 or 2 in the mid-afternoon. And then I had my shake for dinner. And then before I went to bed at night, I would have my cleanse juice, my 2 scoops of powder right before I went to bed at night, and with my Isa Flush.
Oh, great.
And so that I did that for the first 5 months and lost 80 pounds in the first 5 months, just doing the cleanse at night before I went to bed.
So you weren't working out at that time?
I was working out, but just just walking, like probably 40 minutes a day, just walking and doing some stuff with my own body weight, just like push-ups.
So nothing super intense.
No,
to
not
get started.
For the first 5 months.
Yeah.
And then after that, then I started. I was like, I could really do full cleanse days now. I was ready for it then, because you have to. Your brain has to be in the right place to be able to do it,
Yeah.
And so then I moved into the full cleanse days, and that's when I started feeling. I felt good the whole time, but that's when it started really, changing my body a ton. And I felt so good at that time that's when I started running.
Yeah.
And started training for my first half marathon.
Yeah, because I know you said you always wanted to be a runner, but you couldn't.
No.
You just couldn't run.
Yeah.
You had to start out with baby steps. So so that's wonderful. So that's neat. So no, she didn't even do any full cleanse days. So she was just doing the cleansing at night with her Isa Flush. And then did you experience any kind of plateaus at all? Did you ever feel like it's not coming off as quick as it was, or?
Yeah, I actually had 3 different plateaus that it took me a couple of weeks to get even to lose any more weight at all.
Oh, wow.
But it just, they just told me that it would catch up. Like my body, I was losing so quickly that your body just kind of plateaus for a while, just kind of to catch up with itself.
Oh.
And then after a while, then you'll start losing again. But that's when I hit my first plateau. That's when I brought in the scoop of Isa Pro with the scoop of Isoline.
Oh, perfect.
And bumped up my snacks. So on my full cleanse days, I was having, I had a personal trainer friend of mine say that if I bumped my Isagenix snacks up to even up to 10 to 12 a day,
oh, wow,
then it would help me a ton. So I did that. Even on my shake days, I had more snacks, but especially on my cleanse days, I had more snacks and, of course, your accelerator capsules and doing everything the same, but bring in
So you had more wafers, you had more wafers on your cleanse days and on your shake days.
Yes. Yeah, I bumped up the
in your protein. There you go. Get you over any plateau. That's good. Now you were probably drinking a lot of water as well through all of this, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Yeah, up to a gallon every day.
Did you ever get sick of the shakes? Like, I can't make another shake.
No, my body craves the shakes, craves it. And in fact, and my kids are the same way too. I'm like, do you guys really want to shake again this morning? And they're, or do you want something different? Do you want me to make you something? And they're like, no, we want to shake. Because your body just, a healthy body craves healthy food. Yeah. So I love my shakes. Yeah,
I know, me too. I think that's one thing where, that's when it becomes, Isagenix really isn't a diet anyways, but it is absolutely a lifestyle. When your body starts to crave the things that you know are good for you, that's when you know that that's a great thing. That's a great thing to have, So that's one of the things I love about being an Isagenix too. So you must have been on auto ship the whole time then, right?
Oh,
you were just,
absolutely.
So you would just go in and pick and choose your products, or were you getting a 30-day each time?
No, I would always get a 30-day, but not like in a kit sometimes, because I was adding so many more things. I mean, I love the Isa Delight chocolates. They save me on my cleanse days.
Oh,
like
yeah.
I love them, and I love my Want More Energy and my Isacal. I am such a product junkie, so
Yeah.
I order a la carte a lot. But I suggest that everybody gets a 30-day. If you're, if you have over, 20 pounds to lose, just
Right.
keep getting that 30-day system until you are to your results.
So would you just say, I mean, because there probably was a lot of times where you thought, is Isagenix is this really gonna happen, especially at the beginning? Is Isagenix really the thing that's gonna pull me through this and I'm actually gonna transform my body and my life? I mean, did you ever doubt that this is the one thing that actually would do it?
I just prayed.
Yeah.
I just prayed that it would be,
Yeah.
because I not only was to the end of my rope, but
Right.
I needed something to work so badly for me. And I
Right.
wanted it to be Isagenix because I've been on auto ship and Isagenix since 2004.
Oh, wow.
So I had such an addiction to food that I would binge and cleanse and binge and cleanse. So
Oh.
that's why it never worked for me. But I knew that
Yeah.
the products were so healthy for me, So I really wanted it to be Isagenix, and I really wanted to win the Ice Body Challenge.
I know you won $120,000.
I did, yeah.
How did
And
that feel?
It was amazing.
Yeah. That's
So,
great.
and I had that on my vision board. Vision
Yeah.
boards are so powerful.
Yeah.
I teach
Yes.
about those a lot in my
Yeah.
trainings, and I had up there that I was going to be the grand prize winner for the Ice Body Challenge, but you can't just put it up there and just visualize that it's going to come without doing the work along with it.
Oh, absolutely.
So I knew that I had to give it everything that I had.
That is so wonderful. So, okay, so let's talk about weight in inches real quick.
Okay.
So you went from
263,
to,
131,
oh my gosh,
which was half my body weight.
you were half a person.
Yeah,
You're
I'm
half
a
the
half a
woman you used
person.
to be.
I know. Have you seen the picture of me in my fat jeans?
Yes.
And I hold them out to the side, and I could fit my whole body in one of the legs of the jeans. Yeah.
That is
So,
so
I am half of
incredible.
me for sure.
Well, I have to say too that I had met Jill at a couple prior Isagenix events, and every single time I just kept seeing her progress and progress. And one day she came up to me, and this was at our last big event when you won the Ice Body Challenge, and you said hi, and I looked at you and I was like, who is that? I had no idea. You were this blonde little thing, walking down the hall, and I really was, for a second, I just did a total double take. I'm like, that can't be Jill. And it was Jill, and it's Jill now. And how long have you kept the weight off?
I finished the Ice Body Challenge in May.
Okay.
So, and it's now December. So
Oh my
I'm
goodness.
off, and I feel amazing, and big things are coming.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yay! Well,
I
thank
know.
you so much for doing this interview. And if you guys have any other questions for Jill, please email me at fattofitnutrition@gmail.com, and I'll make sure that we get Jill's actual opinion on what happens.
Yes, and be sure to tune in the first Saturday
That's right.
of January to TLC Network at 8:30 in the morning. And because I will be on there, as well as some other people in Isagenix.
Yeah.
And anyway, it's going to be great.
Thank you. Yeah, so make sure you do that, TLC. And I'm just so excited. I mean, you're getting so much media attention for really changing your life. And, a lot of these guys that are watching real quick before we end, they're also following Drew Manning. And I know you know Drew.
Yes.
Yeah. Now, what do you think about that story real quick?
Oh, I love it.
I know.
How amazing is that?
Yeah.
His just being who he is and his transformation and just gaining the weight and then losing it and getting all fit again. I love it. It's an amazing, it's an inspiring story for sure.
I know, it's really inspiring. And now Drew, on his website too, he has different kind of meal plans and things like that. So for people who aren't purchasing the products, they can still lose weight with Drew.
Oh, good.
Now, what would you say? Would you say it's worth it to make the purchase, or?
Oh, you guys, cleansing is the missing link to not
Yes.
only the weight loss puzzle, but to the wellness puzzle as well. You need to cleanse to be able to stay healthy in our environment that we have. So, Isagenix, I can't say enough about Isagenix. It rocks for sure.
Well, thank you so much, Jill Berth. You can find her on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, I think too, right?
Not yet.
Okay,
I don't know
kidding.
how to Twitter
Just kidding.
yet.
I know she's not a tweeter. Me neither, really. But Facebook, YouTube, and on TLC. So we'll talk to you later. And thank you so much for watching.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.